What happens when the owner of a chain of organic stores accidentally learns a secret that will completely change the way he views his business? Let's dive into a story that begins with an unusual conversation in a small store on the outskirts of Philadelphia. David Patterson never imagined that an ordinary spring day could change his life so dramatically. At 38, he had built an impressive chain of organic stores, Green Grove Market, turning a small family business into a growing company with 20 outlets across the state of Pennsylvania. His stores were known for their fresh organic produce and professional service. But recently, something had been bothering him. It all started with an unusual report that landed on his desk a month ago. A store in the Philadelphia suburbs was showing amazing customer retention results. Almost all customers were coming back again and again. At the same time, the financial performance remained average, which seemed odd. David was used to trusting the numbers, but something told him there was an interesting story behind the data. Maybe it's time to remember how it all started, David thought, recalling his father, who had taught him the main principle. Business is not just about numbers, it's about people. That's why he decided to take the extraordinary step of working incognito in the store. The plan was simple. Introduce himself as Jim, a temporary employee sent from the central office to help with warehouse operations. David grew a beard, put on worn jeans and a simple shirt, hid his expensive watch, and was ready to immerse himself in the work of a regular employee. Early in the morning, when David entered the store, he was greeted by the usual pre-work activity. Soft morning light streamed through the large windows, illuminating the spacious sales floor. The employees were busy with their usual tasks. Some were arranging fresh fruits and vegetables in neat rows. Others were stocking the refrigerators with dairy products, and still others were preparing the cash registers for opening. But there was something special about this typical morning bustle. The employees were working with genuine smiles, talking softly among themselves, and sharing news about their families and past weekends. It was clear there was an atmosphere of not just a work team, but a group of people who truly enjoyed working together. The store manager, Diane, gave a quick briefing and introduced him to Nathan Williams, a young man of about 30 who was going to show him the ins and outs of the job. Nathan radiated a special kind of energy. His eyes lit up as he talked about the store, the products, and the customers. "You know, Jim," Nathan was saying as he showed him how to properly arrange the organic vegetables, "every product here has a story. These tomatoes, for example, are grown by the Anderson family. They have a small farm about 20 miles from here. And these carrots are brought in by old man Frank. He's been farming organically for 40 years. David was impressed with Nathan's knowledge of the suppliers, but the real surprise was yet to come. Toward evening, an elderly woman entered the store. She moved slowly between the shelves, scrutinizing the price tags. Nathan, noticing her, quietly said to David, "Excuse me for a minute," and walked over to the customer. "Mrs. Wilson, good evening. How are your grandchildren?" he asked the woman affably. "Oh, Nathan, honey, they're growing like weeds. I came to buy them some fruit, but the prices—" she faltered, eyeing the organic apples. What happened next made David hold his breath. Nathan pulled a booklet from his pocket and showed it to the woman. "We have a special program for regular customers today. These organic apples and pears are part of the promotion, and I can add fresh carrots. They just came from Farmer Frank. It'll be even cheaper than regular fruit at the supermarket." David discreetly watched as the purchase was processed and saw no promotion in the system. Nathan was clearly doing something unusual, and this warranted further observation. The next day, David noticed Nathan meeting with local farmers in the parking lot early in the morning. They were bringing in surplus produce, what they hadn't had time to sell at the farmer's market. Nathan would make some notes in a weathered notebook, shake hands with the farmers, and the produce would end up on special shelves in the store. On his lunch break, walking past the storage room, David happened to overhear Nathan talking to one of the employees. "Look," Nathan was saying as he laid out boxes of vegetables. "It's simple. Farmers are left with unsold produce at the end of the day, and we have customers who can't afford organic food. I just found a way to help both sides. Honestly, I don't care about profit. What's more important is that the food doesn't go to waste, and that people have access to healthy food." By the end of the week, David had gathered all the information he needed. Nathan had created an entire system. He had arranged with local farmers to supply surplus produce at minimum prices, organized an informal loyalty program for retirees and low-income families, and even created a small community on social media where people could learn about fresh supplies and special offers. But the most amazing thing was how Nathan kept records. His shabby notebook turned out to be an elaborate system for tracking supplies, distributing products, and even analyzing customer needs. He had actually created a unique sustainable business model that benefited everyone: farmers, customers, and the store. David couldn't keep it all in any longer. On Friday night, after the store closed, he gathered all the employees. "Before I begin," he said, taking off his work apron, "I have something to tell you. My name isn't Jim. I'm David Patterson, the owner of the Green Grove Market chain." A silence hung in the room. Nathan turned pale, clearly thinking about his informal discount system. But David smiled. "Nathan, what you've created here is exactly what my father dreamed of when he opened the first store. It's not just a retail outlet. It's a true community center." David shared his decision to change the policy across the entire chain. Nathan's system would be scaled to all stores, with an official program for working with farmers and a flexible pricing system for different customer categories. Moreover, he offered Nathan the opportunity to head a new department focused on social programs and sustainable development. "But I didn't do it for a promotion," Nathan began. "That's exactly why you're perfect for this role," David replied. "You understand that a business can be successful while also making the world a better place." That memorable evening, as David slowly left the store, he repeatedly thought of his father's wise words: that real business is, first and foremost, about people, their feelings, aspirations, and hopes. Now, after everything that had happened, he understood the deeper meaning of this simple truth more than ever before. One caring person with a big heart and the right approach to business can change not only the work of a single store, but also the trajectory of the entire company, touching the lives of thousands. Over the next eventful year, all stores in Green Grove Market's extensive network consistently implemented the innovative Community First program based on Nathan's revolutionary ideas. The company's financial performance grew significantly, but more importantly, thousands of families from all income levels finally gained long-awaited access to quality, healthy food. Dozens of small farms gained a reliable and stable distribution channel for their products, and for the first time, the company's employees truly felt like a meaningful part of a big, important, and good cause making a difference in local communities. And it all started with that fateful moment when one visionary business owner decided to take a bold step, to look at the work of his store not through the prism of dry figures and reports, but through the eyes of an ordinary employee who interacts with customers every day. This experience led him to an important discovery. Sometimes the most significant and effective innovations are born not in the luxurious offices of top executives immersed in endless meetings, but in the caring hearts of ordinary people who meet customers face to face every day, listen attentively to their stories, and sincerely strive to help solve their problems. This story is not just about business. It's about how important it is, sometimes, to pause, let go of conventional ideas, and see new opportunities where others only see numbers in reports. And perhaps, at that very moment, in some small store, an idea is born that will change the world for the better.